So you started wholesaling real estate, or at least you trying to start wholesaling real estate, but you ain't getting no deals. Well, the truth is, you probably got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of deals just sitting right there that you've interacted with, people that you've talked to, and all you really got to do is reach out to those people and keep reaching out. Right? It's like, all you gotta do is keep reaching out to these people, man. So today we're talking about how you got deals, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of deals that's just sitting there waiting on you to collect. Right. The only question is, are you going to continue to put in the work to collect your hundreds of thousands of dollars that's in right there up on you, even as a beginner? I remember when I first started wholesaling real estate, there was hundreds of thousands of dollars right upon me, and I had no clue. I went to my sister's house. She lived out in the middle of nowhere. I looked in her backyard and made $100,000 in the backyard. Like this, it's all around you, man. You just got to be able to identify. And today, that's what we're going to be talking about. So let's bring in our guy, your guy, the cleaner, Cordero. What's going on, man? What has been like?
Oh man, it's Friday. You know how they get on Friday, dude. Man, it's the early weekend, and they just like you calling these folks, and they just like, hey, it's Friday, dude. I don't want to talk no business or nothing like that. Man, let's get some work done on Friday. Can we please?
Hey man, it's the last chance to get some work done, man. You got to be excited about that, man. It's the
Nah,
last
you know
chance
how
to
we get
really
out,
get it
man.
in.
Don't let Byron fool y'all. He will get it in on a Saturday.
Oh, you better believe I'm be looking for a contract tomorrow for sure.
I mean, we would definitely get it in on the weekends, man. But dude, the key is in the follow up. A couple tips that I want to go over today while we're on this call. One, again, tips on how to follow up. Just kind of like more practical ideas about when to follow up, because you can do the right thing at the wrong time. You can do the right thing at the wrong time.
Sure.
Timing is very important with these things. And then another thing is just overall the structure of, like, basically I think this boils down to like a marketing or prospecting funnel and having a sound funnel. And I think most people think, oh well, I especially brand new. If you brand new, you think, okay, I'm gonna get these leads or these prospects. I'm gonna pull a list, and then I'm gonna call it. I called it and I didn't get a deal. So that means, what do I do now? It's like,
Yeah.
dude,
Or
no.
this list ain't no good. Or hey, Cordero, what list you pulling? Cause your list must be better than mine.
What's the magic list? Those things. So those are a couple of things that we're gonna go over today. I want to touch on this call. Hello, Anita.
Anita coming through, man. Appreciate the committed, man. Anita gonna get it, man. She been at it. Like I said, it took me 8 years to do my first deal. Just gotta stay committed, man. You never know when your chance gonna come around. So Bobby Max said, "What's up, fellas? I've been deep in the lives lately. Really appreciate the time y'all putting in to teach. Man, it's crazy, man. We just said, hey, this is what we're gonna do, man. We just go out here and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, shoot, this is what we learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I learned right here watching these videos like this. And I know a lot of other people, and it's like, dude, we ain't talking about just showing up, just talking like, dude, this changing people's lives. We talking about change forever. We ain't talking about just changing one person's life either. It's like changing kids' lives, generations' lives. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
like, yeah, we doing these lives, but it's the commitment is bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
for
Like I
sure.
say, man, like I'm here to change people's lives, man. Not even just on some wholesaling stuff, but just like, personal development, your spiritual life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want to encourage people to get better, become better people. You know what I'm saying? And this wholesaling thing can really change your financial situation. But in the pursuit of this, you're gonna become a better person. Like you can't stay
Yeah,
the same person to get this done. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Like that's why I think that's one of my favorite things about business. That's one of my favorite things about the entrepreneurial life is that you can work a 9 to 5 your whole life and never grow, never learn to forgive people, never learn to be introspective, never learn to fix this area of your life because your 9 to 5 doesn't depend on you growing in your character. But your business life absolutely does. So I want to say thank you to that dude, man. And you know, we're investing time because obviously we started at a place where it would have been very helpful. We found what we found, but it would have been very helpful to have a live like this that we could dive into. You can ask us questions that you're really going through, and we'll answer them to the best of our knowledge. And also, too, I mean, we learn. I don't know if y'all realize this, but I literally take notes while I'm on the live. Like I'll be like, "That's Byron just said something good," or ideas. And I think you learn a lot when you're teaching. You know, we
Yeah,
do
for
it
sure.
all the time, but when we really go over this and we're breaking it down, I'm like, I didn't really even. This is actually this. We do have that. Some things we already have, processes we already have set up. As we're explaining them, I'm like, that's why we do this. And so it kind of helps. But also too, I heard somebody talking about it. It was on the Steve Train podcast. He was just like, we want to get close to what I talk about on the live. I think he said it. His verbiage was, I want to get to how I talk, what I talk, or how I see things to how they really are. If that
Yeah,
makes sense. So
yeah.
essentially, we could be talking about follow up, but what if we look at our while we're explaining follow up, we go back and look, man, like we missing follow ups. We
Yeah.
missing follow ups. You know what I'm saying? So it's like always a
I
process.
always felt like I'm missing followers. Like every time, it don't even matter what we doing. I
Dude,
still feel like,
yeah,
ah, man.
dude, like with Alvin, like bro, we call Alvin constantly. Like I know there's some people I follow up consistently. As a matter of fact, I think we're gonna have to do a follow up right now with that one lady because she got off later in the evening. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do a follow up right
So the
on.
one you talked to
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah, the
Tennessee,
last
the one
time.
that got to have surgery.
No, not the other one that we called on the live here. But she gets off a little bit later in the
Oh,
evening
okay, yeah, I
after
know what
work,
you're talking
and then we actually got a decent offer. And so I was trying to wait, but I got to set up a walkthrough. So we're gonna do that. Show you really what a live follow up, and see. Hopefully she answers.
Let's
But
get it done. Let's get it done.
you know what I mean? It's just
So,
like you can follow up with a person so much and still feel like, dude, I'm not following up enough. And if
yeah,
you follow up, dude, sometimes you do follow up, and just the timing again is like the lady who's about to get her leg taken away, dude, is just like somehow a realtor got a hold of her while she
yeah.
was in the hospital. I'm like, dude, and she stopped answering my calls, ghosted me, and then it's like so you gotta go in, you gotta go in. As a matter of fact, let's make this priority. Let's call this lady right now to the
Yeah, real quick, Chanel, 8 years because you never took action. Yeah, it was 8 years, but like I wasn't sitting there thinking, man, I ain't taking action. I was sitting there watching videos, listening to stuff, thinking like, man, I gotta wait till this happened or that happened, or da, 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 da. Bunch of excuses, And at the end of the day, I wasn't taking the correct action. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying it's like you could spend 8 years thinking that you're trying to do something, making little bitty moves, but safe moves. Nah, you got to make the real moves. You know what I'm saying? You got to make the real moves, man.
Right. It's really taking action. It's the stuff that the not safe stuff is what you got to do. Because all of
Yeah,
this, you can be like, man, I've been watching the lives every day. I'm watching his lives. Have you called sellers? Have you made offers?
that's what I'm saying. I may have called a few people. I may have called the agent, maybe tried to make a little offer. Oh, they didn't accept it. Well, I guess it's not can't do it. Well, I guess I can't. You, and Grant Cardone talks about this. Like, dude, where you are right now, you got to take 10 times. Like, you
Yeah,
got to
that's
10x your action. You got to increase your activity level. If you ain't where you think you want to be, you got to increase your activity level. Like, your activity level got to go way up, right? It's
yeah,
like
no,
you got
that's
to
a
take
whole
way bigger action than what you think you need to take and what you're taking right now.
yeah, because 10 times 0 is 0. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just like you gotta. I'm talking about like there. I think once you get so far along, you forget that there was one level. It's not even just about turning it up or taking more action or turn. There was one level where you were doing nothing. You
Yeah.
wasn't calling. There was a stage, and so it's just like to some people who's watching this, you just watching this and you just learning and you just filling yourself up with the knowledge. It's like now you got to start making calls. You might need to start putting out order you some bandit signs or whatever it is. You need to start figuring out a way to get a hold of people. And then once you got there, you need to realize this: it always takes more. It takes
Yeah.
way more than you think.
Yeah.
way more people. But man, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me try to call this. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Yeah,
get this live follow up right here for you guys. Hopefully
yeah, man. Let's see what she talking about.
the timing is right.
What she talking about? Shoot, it's 8 o'clock in Tennessee. Over there in good old Clarksville.
Your call has.
Hey, you doing follows, you're gonna get a lot of that right there.
Yeah. You gonna get a
Text
lot of that just in general.
text them and call them back again.
Yeah, for sure. But it's 8 o'clock, and she's got, I'm gonna call her back on tomorrow for sure. She should be off on Saturday, but that is definitely call them. They don't answer. Text them, hey, just this is Cordero, such and such. This is about this, or I would say, hey, this is Cordero, just reaching out about the property. Wanted to give you an update on what we got going on, and then send that.
Because it's like, dude, she may not have his phone number saved in her phone. It may pop up. She might be like, do I know that person? No, I don't know that person. You know what I'm saying? Bam, she didn't answer. He texts, oh shoot, that's such and such calling about the house. And now she know who he is.
Yeah.
So when he called back again, it's like, okay, now she has to make a decision. I know it's him. I know what he's calling about. Do I want to answer this phone and talk about this? Right. So like that's the logic behind call, text, and call again. Because most of the time the sellers ain't gonna have you locked in. Cordero, the guy that's interested in selling and buying my house at such and such. You know what I'm saying? Most time it's like they don't know. You know how you look at the phone, you're like, oh, I don't know that number. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just gonna boop, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You need, if you let me know who you are though, what you're calling about, it's like, dang, I know who that is. I know what they're calling about. I see that number pop up again. And it's like, okay, now I'm making a decision on this. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
sure.
exactly, man. And it's like they also getting probably like 20 calls a day from, hey, I'm calling about your auto insurance, car warranty,
Yeah.
insurance policy. It's like, so you got to understand that you're getting lost in the mix of that
For sure.
to go along with it. So that's another thing about cold calling. Okay, I guess it's a good time to go into that whole concept about when we're talking about follow-ups. This is a big thing. Again, I don't remember seeing anybody talk about this. Maybe I just missed it in the beginning because the information we give you, speaking of taking action, the information we give you, it might hit, you might, okay, that's whatever. But when you start taking action, all of this information is going to hit totally different because you can be like, oh, this is what they was talking about. This is what they mean. When you actually got your own couple of sellers that you need to follow up with, and you're like, oh, this is what they mean when he said they don't
Well,
answer.
you most times you don't even realize it though. Like I was listening to Max with all these different people, deals and follow up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I started texting, calling people, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, this junk don't even work. I ain't got no deals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no deal. I bought Mo to text more people. I ain't got no deal. It was like I still hadn't followed up on the first people I called. I
Exactly.
still hadn't followed up on the first people I text. You see what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where it's like, okay, like I kept watching the videos and they kept saying the deals and the follow up. Man, I got all these people I need to follow up on. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't understand what follow up is. Maybe
that's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
the people who want you to call them back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just the people who want you. It might be nobody that wants you to call them back.
Right.
Call them back anyways.
Yeah.
It may be nobody that wants you to text them back. Text them back anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was people that I was getting on their nerve, constantly texting them back, calling them back, texting them back, calling them back. They're like, dude, what you want? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the keys, man. Just keep at it. No matter what they talking about, you keep coming at them, keep in conversation with them.
But this what it is. It's different levels of follow-up, right?
Yeah.
So your initial reach out, your initial marketing, whether it's cold call or cold text, or however you're getting a hold of them the first way, and we're talking about prospecting now, it's like, let's talk about that's a follow-up in itself. Because then you got follow-up with your leads, and then you got follow-up with somebody who's ready for acquisition. And that's a constant follow-up process all the way until you get them locked up. And then even after you get them locked up, you're following up with them to get to the closing table. So it's different. Follow-up is what we mean. So on the initial prospecting, for example, I always talk about cold calling. I'll switch it up, talk about text messages. When you text the list, and let's say it's a list, and I'm just going to use round numbers, 1,000 people. And you hit that 1,000 people, and you texting them. You got a couple jokers talking about this, talking about that. I might be ready to go. I'm interested. Okay. And you hitting them up. But the rest of those people, all of them either didn't respond. They didn't even answer the text. They didn't respond at all. They didn't acknowledge you, or they said, no, I'm not interested. They sent you some weird stuff like a meme or something, a GIF. Are they just like F you, something like that? Or there are some people who say, don't text me again. Then those people are opted out. But all of the people who didn't say, don't text me again, what you want to do is go ahead, hit them again, go through there again. That is a form of follow-up. As on your initial prospecting, is that 1,000 people, you might have got like 20 people who said, put me on the DNC, put them on the DNC. But the other people who were just like, not interested, no, thank you, or no, or they didn't even answer.
No don't mean no. No just means not right now.
Yeah. No, because because this is how we know, because we've done this. It's like there's a person who's like, no. Or my favorite is the person, when Byron loves to show this, is like the person where we text them on the initial run when we uploaded the list the first time. And then he followed up with them a couple of weeks later, that whole list, that whole 1,000 people, hit him a couple of weeks later. And then he's got some more lists he's hitting. And then another month later, he hit that list again. A couple of weeks later, hit it again. Weeks later, hit it again. And then we look back, it's been a whole year. Hey, you're interested in selling your property? No, I'm talking about goose egg response. Zero response. And then they be like, yes.
Exactly.
And then close the deal. Boom. Yes. Hi. Yeah.
It's like, dude, we've been texting the Joker since 2021.
Not communicating back and forth. We've just been sending unanswered text messages to your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't said nothing since Shaq playing.
You know, I'm telling you, man. And I can imagine Sean Terry probably has some people like that. Flip man probably got some people that didn't text since 2008 out this mug.
Yeah, it's like, don't think you hit your list once and then it's done. Continue to do that, and continue. That's what they mean. They say the deal is in the follow up. You will. I'm just gonna be real with you. You may. I've done it a couple times. I know Byron's done it. On that initial conversation, whether it's cold call or text, you can get somebody, oh, this is the deal. Wow. And it just happened like that. But that's rare. Most times you've hit them a couple times. And on the cold call, how I do it is pretty much the same way. Is I'll call the list, call through it. And then if I get leads, I push them over to my CRM. If some people not interested, some people actually said, put me on the do not call list, I let them know, okay, absolutely, no problem, DNC. But the other people not interested, not right now. There's plenty of people who you call, it just didn't answer. They might have been at work when you called. They was at work when you called, and so you like, well, I guess that list is trash. That person was at work. They was they was dropping their kids off. They didn't answer. If you call that list again, then it'd be like, oh, they answered. And even if you talking to somebody who just like, no, not interested. I was just calling the list, and it was from like June when all the people who on there who I did reach, they were like not interested. I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember. My name is Cordero. I gave you a call. This was about in the summertime, at the beginning of the summer, about your property. You weren't interested at that time, but I did want to check and see if anything's changed. Just want to know, are you looking to sell at this time by chance? No. Thank you for giving me a call back. This is like essentially cold calls still. Thank you. They telling me thank you for calling them. You know what I mean? Because I'm following up and I'm going to ask them again in a couple months. Hey, you might not remember me. Sometimes you get to a point where they're like, hey, no, I remember you, man. No, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? I can't believe you remember me. Yeah,
that's because you called them, you talked to them like it was a person, and then you probably called them again. It's like once you call somebody over and over again,
yes,
then they start, and then you know what I'm saying, get to the point where it's like, okay, even okay, when I am ready to sell, I'm hitting that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you get like, that's why we get text messages. We go back and next
Yeah.
thing you know, somebody say, "Hey, I'm ready to sell."
Yeah.
You know, what I'm saying? We
Yes,
didn't text them a million times. Now it's like, "Hey, I'm ready to go." It's like,
They best
what?
friend reach out to you or be calling you, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's just one thing that I remember. I didn't learn that until watching Byron's videos. Was just that initial. It's like, how many times do you text a list and just throw it away after that? No, it's you need as your if you're gonna be in this business for 10 years, you need to be
dude.
texting that list for 10 years until
Still
everyone
got my first
on that
list.
list has sold their property to you or to somebody else, or they say a DNC or whatever, like something, the property has changed hands, but you continuously hit that person as long as they
Okay.
own the property. And then we're not in the business of harassing people now. We're not in the business of harassing people. That's why, again, we're reaching out to them with respect. Hey, just want to let you know what I mean? Especially on like a cold call when you can verbally communicate and your tone can say a whole lot. Hey, yeah, no, okay, absolutely. And so we're not just stop, don't ever call me again. It's like, man, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Forget you. It's like we're not in the business of harassing people. It's just we understand you're not interested right now. Don't mean that that's forever.
Yeah,
And even if you tell me you're not interested, what's going to happen is when you're interested, somebody else is going to call and
exactly.
then they're going to get the deal. And then when I call, you're going to be, or when I cold call you before that, you're going to be like, oh, you guys call me every day. So if people is calling them every day and if they get Cordero confused with the other guy, you guys called me yesterday. I'm like, no, that's not me. So it's like, they don't even know if it's you or not. Just follow up with the list
That's
because
what I'm saying, man. You never know when somebody gonna need you. You know what I'm saying?
they
It's like you
will,
don't know what you need until you need it. You know what I'm saying? It's
know
like, dude,
till you need it.
until you need it, man, then something happens. Like something can happen quick. It's like that lady. That lady we talking about who had that like something. She got some news. That's why she was like,
Yeah,
she
that's
talked
what
to
happened.
somebody and boom, there it is. If
And
Cordero would have hit her back around that time,
if I'd have if
it
I'd have
would
got
have.
her at the if I'd have got her at the right time, what she was saying was what she's doing, she's trying to sell her house and also find a place to rent. In the process of her finding a place to rent, she reached out to the property management company to find a place to rent. She was explaining her situation. She was in a tough financial situation. She had a surgery coming up. And then, most property managers are licensed realtors or they have realtors in their office. That's a
Yeah,
brokerage essentially. And so that person capitalized on that moment, right? If
yeah,
I and also too, probably around that time, she had just got some more news, and this was like in like over the weekend process. She had just
yeah.
got some more news about her procedure, what she's gonna have to do. You don't know what you need till you need it. You don't
Yeah,
know what's gonna happen. They don't know
till
what's
it
gonna
happened.
like that's what I'm saying. It's like we especially don't know what happened, but even the sellers don't realize
No, hey,
I didn't know
hey,
this was gonna be happening to me. Now I need you. Like
hey. Joe ain't divorced this week. Next week you might be divorced. Now the house need to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
or that rental property is making you some money, but you don't know when
hey,
that
the
tenant
AC
gonna have
went.
a hard
AC
time.
may go out next week. What?
And the AC go out, and the AC go out, and the tenant not paying. It's like, oh,
uh,
this was just an
man,
asset.
you in
Now it's a
trouble.
liability. Like,
Exactly.
like
Boom.
I don't know if y'all can catch it, snap on it. That's how fast it could change. So with the cold calls and the cold texts and all of that, that initial point of contact, you want to constantly be rotating your list, constantly
And
be.
that's why it's a volume game too, man. It's like, okay, how many people do that kind of stuff happen to? Happen to a lot of people.
That's
How
life.
many of those people can you be in front of every month? You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
It's like how many of those people can you get yourself in front of every month? Can you get in front of 10,000 of those people every month? Can you get in front of 500,000 of those people every month? You see what
Right,
I'm saying? And
right.
all you need is it to happen to 5 of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
1%, less than 1%. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you got 5 deals. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing,
yeah,
man.
and like it's like you're saying, it's about volume. I think it's frequency is what it's like. It's a frequency, and that is for again the initial point of contact. They don't know what's going to happen, and it's going to build a. That's the foundation, is what I'm saying. Now let's say you go through that list and somebody has, yes, they said yes, they raised their hand and have said, I want to sell my property. And you're saying, okay, what you do is when they say yes, is you need to have some sort of initial conversation that they go through a list of questions, whether you're cold calling or texting or however you're getting it, where you need to qualify that person. Okay, so let me just ask you a couple questions and set the expectation. I'm going to ask you a couple questions and get you over to my purchase specialist or something like that. What do when do you want to sell? What's going on with the property? What's the condition? Just, general questions about it. You don't have to go into the meat. And then, how much are you wanting? Byron does one thing that I really like where he'll throw out a preliminary offer just to see how motivated the person is. But once you do that, you send them over to your CRM. You pull them out of you want to get them out of the group with the rest of the prospects. Now it has become a lead. Think about this, because it can lead to a deal. That's why they call it a lead, because it can lead somewhere. So when it comes to the leads, now it's a different follow-up. How are you handling, the lead follow-ups, things like that? Or maybe you might want to break down that process by which you're screening them. And then, because I know it's a little bit different for text message, how you asking them questions and shooting them over. But
yeah, I mean, same thing. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing. You need to find your method of qualifying a lead. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter you cold calling, texting, whatever you're doing. You need to find your method of qualifying that lead. To determine, okay, is this something? It basically, is this person really looking to sell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever your method is of figuring out, are they really looking to sell? You know what I'm saying? And then figuring out the timeline and figuring out kind of what's going on with the property as far as condition. You see what I'm saying? Like those, once you figure out your formula and how you want to ask those questions, then, once they check the box of they really are looking to sell, like this person is going to sell this property. You know what I'm saying? That means it's a lead. It could lead somewhere. If they're not looking to sell the property, then they need to be followed up on. But if they are looking to sell, that means they gonna sell this property. Then you need to. It's a lead.
Now they're going to get pushed. It's a funnel. Now they're getting pushed to the next level of the funnel, and then we have a certain process. Well, okay, now this isn't a not interested. This clearly isn't somebody who's not responding. This isn't somebody who said no, who said don't call me, don't text me. This is somebody who said yes, and we asked them some questions, and we like, this is a lead. This is qualified. Now we're pushing them to our lead manager. Sometimes they go right to the purchase specialist.
What up, Zato?
Yo, shout out to Zay, man.
Shout out to Zay, man. What's going on, man?
But sometimes we're pushing them to our lead manager. Sometimes they're going right to the purchase specialist. If that person, again, you have to figure out how you qualify them. And usually if it's like a number, I think the biggest qualifier, the most important qualifier is time, not price. I think a lot of people would naturally think, oh, it's price. I used to think that, and I did that wrong for a long time. I was thinking, okay, price. If they say they got to close, matter of fact, it don't matter what the price says.
Don't even matter. Everybody, they want retail. Everybody on earth want retail.
Everybody, dude.
That don't mean nothing.
It's about having a solution. It's just like when you go to your favorite restaurant, you want it for free. It's like you want it dirt cheap. But if you're really hungry and you really want that food, then you're gonna pay what it costs. It's like
go pay the price.
Everybody, I want to live in a house rent free or mortgage free with no fee. But if you want to really sleep there, you're gonna pay the cost. And so ultimately, you got to understand it's not about the price point. And we're kind of digressing from the follow-up point, but this is important. It's not about their price, it's about the problem and you being the solution. I was watching the Closer Olympics, dude. And this one dude got on there, kind of made me mad. His whole thing, he called like 3-4 people. His whole thing was, hey, I was calling Steve, just to see about that property. Okay, you filled out that form. Okay, how much you wanting to get for it? I was like, what? He ain't asked nothing else. He went right into that. And then he literally would get off the phone with them if they didn't say a good number. He didn't negotiate. He asked a little bit more questions about the condition after that. And then he'd be like, well, I don't think we're the buy or buy. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Never go to the price first. Like we talked about a couple of lives ago, it's about establishing rapport first, then asking the right questions. And you establish rapport so they feel confident to answer those questions truthfully with you. And then once you get really get down on price, you can really have a genuine conversation. Like, hey, a real professional conversation too, because how you gonna negotiate on price if you don't know details about the property or the circumstances?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
how they gonna really hold you to a price if they haven't explained anything or you haven't said anything about what you can offer them or anything like that. So if you look foolish if you go right to the price, never do that. But let's just assume it's not a burning hot lead, because obviously if it's a burning hot lead, it goes right to acquisitions and we go ahead and try to get them locked up immediately, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But let's just assume, let's keep it through the funnel so people can have like a general idea of how it should go. So when it gets to the lead manager, let's say the lead manager calls on, what's the lead manager's job to do?
So we qualified the lead, right? We know it's somebody who's actually looking to sell. Doesn't matter what they ask for. You know what I'm saying? They are looking to sell this property. That means we got to look to see how we can get in on the sale. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's wholesaling it, whether that's flipping it, whether that's giving it to an agent and getting a referral. This person looking to sell, we need to benefit. You know what I'm saying? So even for a beginner, getting it to somebody that you think can actually get this deal done. You know what I'm saying? So like those are the things you looking to see kind of what your exit is. But you qualify the lead, get it over to the lead manager. The lead manager is shifting through because, like this is when you actually got people that's texting and calling. Your cold caller ain't gonna be your best person. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're usually not the best. And if they are really good, I give them power to, put them under contract or escalate them or something. You know what I'm saying?
They would say everybody gotta be able to close on his team.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like
room up.
Send it to the lead manager. The lead manager is determining, okay, is this person really talking about something? Or should they be, you know what I'm saying? Or should they be thrown back down for follow-up? Are they really looking to sell? You know what I'm saying? Basically, the lead manager is figuring out, are they really looking to sell, and then categorizing them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this one goes to the acquisition manager. This one goes back on follow-up. You know what I'm saying? This person need to be followed up with 9 months because they, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do this, that, and the third, or, this person ghosts us. They ain't picking up the phone. This person need to go to a realtor because they want to get the property listed. You know what I'm saying? This person it's just determining all your different exit strategies, kind of where this person need to go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If somebody is ready to go, that's obviously going to the acquisition manager. If somebody's like, nah, I'm really not looking to sell, maybe y'all catch me next year. I was really telling her that I would be looking to sell next year. Okay.
Right.
So let's put you on a follow-up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I was just playing. I really wasn't looking to sell. I was just trying to see what y'all was going to offer.
Right price.
Yeah, right price. Throw them back down in there, let them get text back up again, or, follow back up through text messages or something, or cold call or whatever.
Or we just put them on a schedule. It's like, okay, well, you raised your hand, but we need to go ahead and continue to follow up. Because
no doubt.
if somebody had some sort of interest levels to where they was even entertaining prices, it's like, if you ask me right now, would I sell you this shirt? No. But if I was just like, well, how much you gonna offer me? That's at least some sort of interest level. Even no is an interest level. But if somebody's looking for numbers, maybe there's a reason for that. They're just not disclosing it to us. And
sure. They one bad thing from happening to disclosing that. But hold on, man. We gotta stop a minute, man. We gotta shout out. Man, we got big dogs coming through here, man. We gotta shout out Carita, man. Big dog coming through, man. Goodness.
And Carita coming through on 28s.
ATL, man. Oh, man. The spinner's just rolling, man.
She car stop. Rim still going, Shout out to Carita, man.
Shout out to Carita, man. She is holding it down.
On one of our Sunday meetings, man. I know Carita.
Yeah, man. We got to get hooked up with Carita, man. We got to let her come through and just bless us with some show enough game.
Yeah, for sure. That's a go-getter right there, man.
Yeah.
But again, there's levels to the follow-up and it's a funnel. So once you put them in the lead manager position, At that point, the lead manager, he, she, whoever, is touching them to gauge them. What are they, warm, ambient, hot? Ambient, warm, or hot? Where are they at? And is it time? Because there's going to be things that distinguish a person from that initial prospecting phase, whether it's cold call or text. And then once you get to the lead, when you get all your leads together, and then there's some other stuff that distinguishes this person. Because like Byron said, it's like somebody could be like, man, I got the right price and I got a motivation, but I don't want to sell until my daughter graduates school next year. It's like, okay. I got the right price, I got the right motivation, or I got the right timeline. And
y'all stop now, Caritha. You know, we ain't playing around, man. Hey, seriously though, man, you want to get your jump right, man, you better go. Hey, Caritha, I'm pretty sure she got an IG, man. You go hit that up, man. You better be talking about
logo.
She don't play around, man. If
Look
you
at
ain't
the
talking about
logo.
that, she ain't gonna mess around with you.
Look at the logo. She probably know a thing.
Hey, man, she didn't have this logo before she did her first deal, man. Like, dude, I don't even know if she had done her first deal. She emailed me and she was talking. I was like, man, I saw the logo. I'm like, dude, you don't need me. It's like you finna crush it. It's like I already know you go. I don't even know if she had done a deal. I knew she was gonna crush it. She hadn't even. I don't even know if she had done a deal. I just knew by the way she was like. I was like, man, she putting stuff together. Like, she. You can tell when somebody is obsessed when they own it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I already know you about to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And that's why I say I know Caritha. That's why I be advocating so much for Caritha to come on the show. It's like Byron be letting us know, and I'm like, man,
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
that mindset that'll have like, where it's just like, again, it's a certain level of certainty that you got to have. And it's not that everything gonna work out you certain about, but I'm sure if she had the logo and she was that on it, she was certain she was gonna figure it out. And so I just want to dive deep off into that. So shout out to Caritha, man. Shout out to
Not out, man. God, dog. But shoot, man. But yeah, man. So qualify the lead, get it to the lead manager. Lead manager is gonna funnel through it. See, okay, bam, 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 and this is
the funnel. But what I'm saying, that's the funnel, though. But there's a certain when we talk about follow up, you got to understand. Byron got his lead manager. She's following like all of those people. There's some people who raised their hand and they just was not ready to go. That's a big part. That's a big follow-up key right there too.
Yeah.
Is with the leads that get to your CRM. And those are the people who, again, they were just like, yo, I got everything, all price, time, price, motivation, but call me next year. It's like, if you don't call them next year, when they say call them, you out of luck. And also too, don't wait till next year. No. Hear me.
Anything they tell you, cut it in half. They tell you a week, call them back in like 3-4 days. They tell you 2 weeks, call them back in 1 week.
Lady, and the realtor, I'm about ready to say cut it in three threes.
Yeah, because she in an emergency situation.
You know what I mean? And you don't, again, nobody knows. That's it. It's a people business. This ain't necessarily even real estate as much as it is about people in life. Sure. And every last one of us on here has had life happen to us out of the blue.
Yeah, for sure.
Now one of us was just like, man, I saw that coming.
That coming. That's why I say with service providers, man, you're providing a service. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're providing service to people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say you're a service provider. You're not, a house flipper. You ain't, look at myself as more of a service provider. You're providing services to people. You see what I'm saying? That's why everything is always about the people. Contacts equals contracts. How many times can you contact somebody? You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if you just start thinking about, okay, let me get my contact rate up. You know what I'm saying? How many times am I contacting? How many people am I contacting? You get that contact, you get your contact number up, man, you're going to be getting some deals for sure. And it ain't got to be like, just the people that you know and that you see and that you're running into, just keep hitting people. Everybody that you can hit, everybody at your job, everybody that you see, joker that you see at the store. You know what I'm saying? People that you just, I run into the FedEx store talking to somebody like, man, look, I buy and sell houses. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You
Period.
never know, man. You got to talk to everybody. Get your contacts up. People's like, oh, I ain't got no money. When I get some money, I'll start. When I get $100, it's like, man, are you talking to people now? Surely you running into people.
Dude,
Surely you running into people.
Just like people don't know when life gonna hit them, you don't know where your deal gonna come from. You don't know where your next deal gonna come from.
Shoot, you don't know when life then hit the joker that you talking to.
Yeah, dude, you don't know.
Saying?
I was just watching Ben Mala. He just put out another video where he was getting interviewed, and they're just like, "Well, what do you do to find deals?" He said, "Anything. I'll talk to a homeless guy on the street. I've done it." He was dead serious too. He was just like, "I'm talking to everybody. I got
everybody,
real estate brokers that are working for me, wholesalers, anybody. If you can bring me a deal," and he's a big dog. He got bread. He got the loan money. You know what I mean? And then on the contrast, on the flip side, first of all, I ain't been in Facebook and on the social media for too long, but there's some tough guys. Some real tough guys if you join some of the real estate groups, and they just be talking. Somebody throw up a question and get in the comment section, and there'll be people answering the question all wrong. It was just like, what do you guys think about having, or how do you, if you're a new real estate agent, how do you get your, how should you use Facebook to your advantage? Somebody says, well, one thing I can guarantee you, don't use your personal Facebook because you'll lose a lot of friends that way. Just get your business account and do it. I was like, dude, she didn't ask you how she can get her friends, how she can keep friends. She's trying to find business. She's trying to find deals. And that's terrible. It's like one guy's talking about not getting known, and the other, almost a billionaire, half a billionaire, is talking about, I'll talk to anybody, everybody.
What Grant say? If anybody tell you overexposed, get away from them.
DDT them, dude. Body slam them, suplex them. People.
If anybody tell you you're overexposed, run away.
Everybody's acting like there's a such thing as overexposure. If anybody's acting like, man, you don't want to go too much, you don't want to go too hard, or it's just like, don't get yourself out there too much. It's like, dog, how many deals have you done?
Exactly.
How what level are you on? Because you got to understand, there's levels in this game, dude. You got me, you got Byron, and then you got the Carithas. You know what I mean? You got levels in this game, but for real, it's like, and I think the distinguishing factor is how many people have I talked to? How much reach do I have to get myself out there and just let people know this is what I do? Because you never know where your next deal is gonna come from.
You never know, dude. But next deal could come from somebody sitting here watching this live right here. They may hit Cordero. I'm like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody's trying to do da. Bam, here we go.
Hey, y'all want me to call somebody and we can JV the deal, but you got a solid lead, but you just feel like you can't lock them up. Let me know. Hit me up on IG or something like that, and we'll get it done.
Say we'll call them. Call them up.
And it doesn't matter what all 50 states, because we are all 50 states right now. So it does not matter. We're going to go ahead and get them locked up. If you got somebody if your cousin is like, man, I got this situation, I'm like, and you thinking like, man, this is a perfect deal. I just don't even know I don't know what to say.
Dude, most people cousins in trouble, they don't even know it.
Real talk.
They ain't talk to nobody. They ain't let nobody know they trying to do real estate. Your cousin in trouble, you ain't even know it. You ain't even talking to him. You ain't even putting it out there that you trying to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? People know that when they run into a real estate problem, oh dang. I went to my hometown not too long ago. They're like, oh dang, you on TV every day talking. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm out there talking every day about real estate. They know that they got some real estate stuff going on. They calling me up. You know what I'm saying? So at least you could put yourself out there. It's like there's people that got stuff going on you don't even know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. All you gotta do is talk to the people that you know. You know what I'm saying? I done made tons of money just talking to the people that I know.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just a business principle, period. That's not a wholesaling. That's not a real estate thing. That's a business principle. Think about anything you got. You think Apple's just like, well, we don't want too many people to know about Apple or Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? It's too much, we too overexposed, dog. Everybody know about Coca-Cola. McDonald's, every country know about McDonald's. Even people that don't got nothing to eat tonight know what McDonald's is. Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Said she got a possible lead. Go ahead.
Hey, man. Chanel.
You are stupid, man. Say hit me up on IG.
Hit me up on IG, Chanel. Be Chanel.
Oh, man.
We can get it figured out. Let me know the information.
Hey.
I'll call them. We'll JV it, and you know how that goes. We'll go
for sure. But shoot, man, we've been on this thing about 45 minutes, man. I said I wouldn't go that long. I was gonna get back out here with these kids, man. Say what's your IG, Cordero? Go ahead and put it on there.
It's
you want unless you don't want to get overexposed.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to know me. As a matter of fact, you see my IG, you know what I'm saying? Byron clown me because I just made it. But I wasn't really off into social media, like on a personal level. And then again, it's just like what we talking about at the beginning. Your business forces you to grow and develop in more ways.
That's
you know,
IG, right?
You can't just like be like, nah, I'm just gonna not grow in that area. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. So for sure, man. And
just like you're gonna have to get this mic and this
a camera.
Get you some lights.
Man, I'm gonna have to do some. I'm gonna make some.
He don't want to do it.
I want to do it. It's just like, dude, it's just like
it ain't naturally in you. Like same way with me, man. Like exactly. You know what I was doing? I was shooting in the dark.
Hey man, I'll say this: I got a better setup than you started out with.
Oh, dude, your setup way better than what I was
doing. And I was watching them live too. I was like,
hey, that's what I was showing people. That I don't think he was here. I was showing people. It's like, dude,
I was listening to that
from on the YouTube to where I am now. It's like that's how much your junk can change.
Yeah, I was listening to that one for sure.
Oh man,
I don't think he took me back to when Meek Mill was rapping with the braids on the block.
You stupid man.
Back on the block with it, man. But yeah, you can see I ain't got a lot of motion on there. So if you hit me up, I'll be able to respond. But send it, we'll look at it, we'll give it, give them a call. But just to kind of recap again, follow up is not just one thing. It's not just call a hot lead back and call.
Yeah, it's like, but nobody said yes. Who am I gonna follow up when nobody said yes? Follow up on everybody who said no.
Yeah, exactly. Follow up on all, but I'm saying like at the different stages, if you were to break it down, like there's prospecting, then once you get leads, you need to follow up with your leads. And then when somebody's ready to go to acquisition, you might get them on the horn and they're ready to go, and then they just disappear.
Yeah, you gotta keep following up.
Everything fall into place. You got to follow up.
You get them on the contract, you got to keep following up. You know what I'm saying?
I was telling Byron, it's just like I got somebody that's fast. That's fast, Chanel. But I was telling Byron, it's just like you can get somebody ready to go, and then they'll just ghost you. It's like I call them 8 times that day. That's a follow up for you. That's a follow up for you. It's like I'm gonna call.
Like, dude, hey, then we had dude on the contract. You said you called him 9 times in one day. We already got him under contract, man.
Already, we try to get an extension. I'm calling them like that's what I'm saying when they say the follow up. It's like don't just like I called them once and that was it. It's like you got to understand. It's like your follow up needs to be whatever you think
strong.
10 times that, way more than you might even can imagine. Maybe even 100 times what you think it needed. You might think you need to reach out to them once, and you really need to reach out to them 100 times.
You need to reach out to them until you feel like, man, I'm bugging.
You need to reach out to them until you close the deal.
Exactly.
Like Grant Cardone say, bro, if you call them 50 times and they don't close the deal, you might as well not even call them at all. Not even the first time. Call them 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 until you close them. Call them until you close them. And so that's at all levels. Always be hitting your list. Hit them over and over again. Recycle, give some time, go back. When they raise their hand as a lead, categorize them as a lead and follow up until they're ready to go to acquisitions. When they're in acquisitions, you can call them and they can be ready to go. Your mouth water and they mouth water, and you got the solution right there in front of them, and then they just disappear.
Yeah.
Follow up with them there. And then once you got them under contract, keep following up with them all the way until you get to the closing table. Hey, just want to make sure you're still good. You got everything you need. So we're going to be
Gotta
closing
keep,
the estate.
gotta keep them going, man, for sure.
Follow up until that check is in your account. That's when you start following up.
No, and you really need to follow up after that. You know what I'm saying?
That's major.
Because they got more properties.
Your cousin got another property, and you done already established yourself as a reputable person.
Exactly.
He's like, oh,
keep in contact with those people. Then you can use those people to show people like, hey, I'm legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Call Cordero over there. I just bought his property. Here go his number right here. He'll tell you I'm legit.
Yeah.
So
definitely, man. That's just what I wanted to talk about because I didn't understand that. I was just like, what's like, so after you hit the list, then what you do? It's like, no.
Hit it again.
And then when they have the lead and they one of the leads, but they're not ready for acquisition yet, then what you do then? Just let it sit there in limbo? No. Follow up with them consistently. Hey, just wanted to know. I know you said we talked with you last year. We talked with you last month, and you said give you about 6 months. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, has anything changed? I'll still call you back in 6 months from now, but has anything changed since we last spoke? Okay. Call them back, say, hey, just checking on you. How's your daughter? I know you said she's about to graduate. How's school going? Yada, yada, yada. What's important to them? That you can use each follow-up, even if it doesn't mean that they're ready to go. You can use each follow-up to build more rapport with them. That's what I like about the follow-ups. Maybe it's not to lock them up, but it's like, what do you actually care about? And then you can talk to them like they're your friend and you really build a real rapport with them. So follow up with all levels. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The deal is in the follow-up. Don't call one time and tell me, well, it just ain't working.
Yeah, got to keep hitting. But shoot, man, appreciate y'all coming through on a Friday, man. Make sure you like the video, man. Like the video. Make sure when you see our stuff on IG, make sure you're sharing it, hitting us up. But, man, appreciate all y'all that came through. We're going to shout you out, man. Chanel came through. What's up? Caretha came through. Zay came through for sure. Bobby came through, man. Anita always coming through. We appreciate y'all for coming through. Till Monday, man. Shoot. Can't wait till Monday. Till Monday, man. Peace out.
Peace.